So now listen, students. The next topic is deadlock. It is one kind of a error, or we can say it is a special type of error. Okay, you can see over here. You can read. It is a special type of error that you need to avoid that relates specifically to multitasking, which is a deadlock. Okay, you have got few concepts related to deadlock in a subject like operating system. Okay, you have got in third year, I guess in next semester, fifth semester, you might have this subject operating system. In that, again in detail, you will learn deadlock. But for right now, we will see a simple program and a simple explanation also. What is a deadlock? So remember, it is one kind of an error that you need to avoid them. Okay, when writing programs. So what is the deadlock is? Suppose there are two threads, and as I said, synchronization. What is synchronization in the last class? Suppose there is a resource which has to be shared among many threads. So what is synchronization is? It will allow only one thread to access that shared resource at one time. Okay, so suppose one thread has acquired that shared resource. With synchronization, what will happen? A lock will be applied so that the second thread cannot access the data or the resource until and unless the first thread has finished the execution on the shared resource, then the second thread can access that shared resource. Okay, so that is what is synchronization. Now, what is deadlock is? Suppose there are two threads. Okay, a thread, thread 1 has got an object X, another thread has got an object Y. Okay, so in X there are some methods, in Y there are some methods. So what will happen? Both of them are under execution in synchronization. Means thread 1 has got X, thread 2 has got Y, and both of them are under synchronization. Means thread 1 has got a lock applied on it with X. Similarly, thread 2 has acquired Y with a synchronization, that is with a lock. So what will happen at some amount of time, after some amount of time, thread 1 needs some methods from Y, and similarly thread 2 needs some methods from X. Okay, so what will happen over here, students? Listen here. Thread 1 has to wait until thread 2 finish its execution. Why? Because thread 2 is under synchronization. After it finish execution, then only thread 1 can access from Y. Similarly, thread 2 wants some method from X, which is also under synchronization. Okay, so what is happening over here? Thread 1 is waiting for thread 2 release, that is some method from Y. Similarly, thread 2 is waiting for some methods which is with X. Okay, but it is under execution with thread 1. So what will happen over here? Both of them will wait for infinite amount of time. So this type of condition is known as deadlock. Okay, I'm repeating again in simple words. Listen here. What is deadlock? Thread 1, thread 2 have got execution. Thread 1 has got execution on X. Thread 2 is executing with Y, and both of them are under synchronization. What will happen at some amount of time? Thread 1 needs some method from Y. Thread 2 needs some method from X, but both of them are under synchronization, and both them needs some method from each other. That is, thread 1 needs from thread 2's Y, thread 2 needs some methods from thread 1's X, but both of them are under synchronization. So both of them will wait. How much amount of time they will wait? Infinite amount of time. So this is a deadlock. Okay, students, now I will show you. I have to explain this few points, but what I'll do is I will directly explain you the program so that you can observe how it is represented, how it is under infinite amount of time. So let me open the program, Deadlock. See, this is the program, Deadlock. This is Deadlock program. Deadlock, over here it is. So see here, students, I've copied this program in my computer in a notepad. Okay, so this is the program, and before showing you the output, just few things I will show in the program. You see here, this is the program Deadlock, which is implementing runnable interface, and you all observe here, this is the main method. Okay, this is the main method, and you see here at 49th line memory, it is instantiating. So now you can see this is a constructor call from 49, it will call to 37th line. So this is the code. From here, what actually is going to happen is, as you students, you all know, main method is also a thread. So this is one thread. From here, a thread has started. So you can observe here at line number 38, thread.current thread.set name. It is setting a name to the main method. Okay, that is the name he has given as main thread only. So this is one thread which is with the name as main thread. Now at line number 39, a new thread is created. Okay, with object T. What is the name of that new thread? Raising thread. So students, remember here, T dot start. T dot start means from 40th line, it will go to 44th line. Okay, please concentrate well. From 48th line, it will start, means it will call the run method at 44th line. But what you have to remember here is, as 40th line will call this, so this is the method which will be invoked. Simultaneously at 41st line, this method also will be invoked. Means what? There are two methods which are going to get invoked. One is a dot foo of b, another one is b dot bar of a. So remember here, a dot foo of b, see here at 35th line, is a small object that is belonging to class A. So a dot foo of b at 41th line will move in class A. We will see that. And 45th line, b dot bar of a means at 36th line, small b is an object of class B. So from 45th line, it will move to class B. Okay, now a dot foo of b and b dot bar of a. I will scroll the notepad now up. You see here, a dot foo of b will invoke this part. We will see this one, this. And similarly, at 45th line, b dot bar of a will invoke, that is at line number 19. Okay. Yeah, b dot bar of a. So these are the two methods. One is from the main thread, another one is from the raising thread. Okay. So two threads now will execute. Okay, students, now please see here. I'm going to run the program. See, students, observe with this part. This is what? A dot foo of b, this one. And from 19th line, that is b dot bar of a. Yeah. So you all please observe, I'm running the program. Now see here, it is not getting exit. It is waiting for something. Okay, so this is what? A deadlock condition. Now you see why? Why? Because I will explain that part. You see here, synchronized void foo of b. So what is this at line number 4? Name will be equal to thread dot current thread dot get name. Means it will get the name. What is the name you have set from here? You have set the name as main thread from here. So over here, fourth line name equal to will be what? Main thread. So fifth line, you see it is printing something, name entered a.foo. So it will print main thread entered a.foo. That is this part. Simultaneously at 20th line, you see thread.current thread dot get name. So name will be equal to, what is the name you have given? Raising thread. So line number 20 will be racing thread. Name will be equal to, this part will be equal to racing thread. So now 21st line will print racing thread entered b dot bar. Okay, I hope you all have understood these two things. These two things are because of line number 5 and line number 21. Now both of them will enter in the try block. Yeah, in the try blocks, and okay, after 1 second they will sleep for 1 second, and you can observe at line number 11 and line number 27 what is going to happen. You all please observe at line number 27, yeah, 27 and 11. So you see at line number 11, what is line number 11? Main thread trying to call b dot last. This line number 11 will be, name will be main thread trying to call b dot last. You can observe here the output. I hope you all have understood line number 11. Similarly at line number 27c, here it will be, here where I'm rotating my mouse, here it will be racing thread trying to call a dot last. That is this thing. Now students, now we have to see with line number 12 and line number 28. So what is line number 12? B dot last. So it will call this part. Okay. Similarly, A dot last from here, it will call this part. Okay. So see students, what actually is happening is over here, as this particular method is applied with a lock, what will happen? This racing thread will wait. Racing thread will wait. Similarly, as this racing thread has been applied with a lock, so it also has to wait. Okay. It also has to wait. So both of them will be under waiting state. Why? Because both of them are applied with synchronized keyword. Means until and unless either one of them finishes, the other can get the resource. So now what I'll do is, I hope you all have understood what is deadlock. Okay. So this was the, listen here student, this was the part that is a deadlock. Okay, now you see here, there are two methods, right? Under synchronization, what you do is just remove the synchronized keyword, make it as a comment. Now you see here, I will compile it. Now run. See. Now what has happened? Why? Because we have removed the lock from foo.b. Okay, what has happened is when a dot last was called, no, it is accessing this one inside AS last. So you can observe here. See here, what was happening over here, this part, both of them are waiting. Main thread trying to call b dot last, racing thread trying to call a dot last. But as what we have done is, we have removed the synchronized part from here. So you can see at line number 29, when it was calling a dot last, it was able to access this part. So that is why you can see the output. And now what happened? This has finished. Oh, sorry, this part is finished now. After that, b dot last means it is able to access this part. Means from line number 13, b dot last, it is able to access line number 31. So you can see due to that this output. So this is finished. Then what will happen? It will come back over here from where this were called. These two classes were called from line number 42 and 46 now. They will return back. So at line number 43 and line number 47, you can see back in other thread. and back in main thread and to 40. Okay, so remember, whenever you are going to write programs, you should be aware of deadlock condition, that you should avoid it. Okay, see, it is a special type of error that you need to avoid that relates specifically to multitasking, which is a deadlock. Okay, when it occurs, which occurs when two threads have circular dependency on a pair of synchronized objects, as I have shown you. For example, suppose one thread enters the monitor on object X and another thread enters the monitor on object Y. If the thread in X tries to call any synchronized method on Y, what will happen? It will be blocked as expected. Similarly, if the thread in Y in turn calls to call another synchronized thread on X, then the threads wait forever. Because to access X, it would have to release its own lock on Y. Then only what will happen, so that the first thread can come in. So due to this, deadlock will occur, and which is a difficult error to debug. Remember this. Why? There are two reasons. It occurs only rarely when two threads time slice in just the right way, or it may involve more than two threads and two synchronized objects like this. Okay, so this few points are what I have explained now. You can write in notebooks also. Okay, see here, if you are, what I did is, when this was the output now, what you can see, this part, to break this I have pressed Ctrl C. Okay, you can see, because the program has deadlock, you need to press Ctrl C to end the program. You can see full thread and monitor cache dump by pressing Ctrl A on PC. I hope students you have understood this. Then the next thing is obtaining a thread state. Okay, how many states are there for a thread? You all can observe here. New state, runnable state, then waiting state, then terminated state, or and block state. So when a thread is created, what will happen? It will start, and it will start what, the run method, that is runnable. A thread, when it is running, might enter into a waiting state or might be blocked. So a thread from runnable state can move into waiting state or block state. Okay, or the thread, if it has finished execution, it can be terminated. Okay, students, that's it. I have finished with the third unit. Then I have to start with the fourth unit. Okay, then now I will end up this. You join with the next meeting.